Hi there, and welcome to English 8. My name is Vanessa Eicher. Your kids call me Dr. Eicher. And I'm going to say to you what I say to the 8th graders their first day of class. I say to them, you are on the eve of high school. And I try to make it sound a little bit intimidating. It's part of my strategy. Yes, they've gotten to the top of middle school, and they absolutely should feel good about that. But I want them to keep in mind that my job is to get them ready for high school English. I want you to understand that I'm certainly not grading them the way I would grade high schoolers. I also teach English 10. So I work in both the high school and the middle school. I think it's important for you to know that English 8 is about second chances, third chances, fourth chances, 12th chances, if need be. For some kids, it just takes longer to master things, and I am absolutely fine with giving them multiple opportunities. But I kind of balance that out by always reminding them, you know, we need to find some better strategies if we are behind, because we can't do this next year. Kind of to use a fishing metaphor, you have to keep your line tight. I don't think I'm doing them any favors to make them think next year will be just like this year. So when kids get a little behind or they're struggling with things, I am absolutely going to work with them. Absolutely, whatever it takes. But I'm always going to remind them that we need to be looking ahead. We need to say, okay, how did we get in this situation? What could we do different next time? Is it a time management issue? Do we need some different resources? Because I've got to get them ready. 8th grade at Bishop Seabury is really challenging, but high school's another step up altogether. I tell the kids it's kind of like if you played basketball for the Jayhawks, obviously you're a very good basketball player, but when you get drafted to the Lakers, do you have to up your game? Yeah, okay. So be aware as a parent that lots of opportunities to get better at skills, but always keeping it in the frame that my job's to take them from here to here. You know, I've got an uphill job. I need them to start English 9 with hit the ground running, to use that old saying. The theme of our class is community. Last year, the theme was, what does it mean to be human? When I started this class back in 2012, English 8 was just sort of an open English class. And English 7 was, what does it mean to be human? And English 9 is, what does it mean to be a hero? And I hadn't even started teaching. I had just applied and read the website and done my practice teaching, and I already knew that community was a huge part of Bishop Seabury. So it seemed like an obvious theme, and it allows us to plug in quite a few really outstanding literary works. And my job this year is to really push them to be critical readers. Most of your kids are very good readers and love to read, but reading for enjoyment is different than reading because you're going to write an essay about it afterwards. So I work with them on how to do that, how to shift gears. We work on using evidence, both when we're discussing works and when we write about them. And by the end, they will be able to put together a completely functioning essay. Yes, the 5-paragraph essay. They don't really know how to do that now, not with confidence. By the end of the year, I kind of take off more and more the training wheels from the first essay where I guide them pretty much paragraph by paragraph. By the end of the year, they know what to do. That's the process that I'm taking them through to get them ready for high school English. Here's what you can do if you're wondering, how can I help my kid? I hope that if they are having problems, that you send them to talk to me. If we are in connected learning, have them write me an email so I can set a one-on-one Zoom up for us. If we are in the building, encourage them to come talk to me after school or during their study hall. Encourage them to advocate for themselves, if at all possible. That is another skill that's really important to learn in high school and obviously going on to college. Is we want our kids to be able to walk in and talk to a teacher and explain what's going on and kind of take ownership of the process. So absolutely send them to me. However, I do know sometimes it's hard to get your kid to come in. If you think your kid needs help and you don't get the sense that they're willing, they're embarrassed or they're, kids sometimes don't, especially at Seabury with such high achieving students, a lot of times they don't want to admit to a teacher they don't know how to do something. And if that's the case, you can absolutely write me and just say, hey, I'm worried about my son or daughter. Could you pull them aside and maybe help them a little bit? Because here's what I want to remind you of. I don't think you want to take English 8 again yourself. I think part of why you're sending your child to Bishop Seabury is you're hoping I will teach them how to put an essay together. So especially if you're, up until all hours with your 8th grader, trying to help them get their essay written, and there's drama and it's making the whole family miserable, don't do that. Let me know. That I would love to work with your child on critical reading and writing. I would love to take that burden off of you. It's what I do, it's my passion. So please, especially if your child is struggling, don't feel like you suddenly need to teach the class. Just let me know. Remember that how your kids are at home is not always how they are at school. And I may not totally understand that they need as much help. After all, after that dramatic all-night paper, they might have turned in something pretty darn good, but it shouldn't be like that. Not for you, not for them. I want them to be able to do a paper with confidence and plan it out so that it's not all being done the night before. And if for any reason that's not working at home, let me know, okay? Beyond that, this is just such a fun class. 8th graders are a wonderful, wonderful group. They're definitely maturing, but they're still a little goofy, which I love. So I am really excited about this class. I got to see them a little bit when they were 7th graders with Mrs. Bryan. If you need anything from me, I hope you feel comfortable reaching out to me. Email me. I check my email pretty frequently, Vanessa Eicher at seaburyacademy.com. And I'm really looking forward to working with your students this year. Thank you for watching this.